Checking. Okay. Yet others, ignorant of these paths of yoga, hearing from others, worship, and they too cross beyond death by their devotion to what they have heard. The word evam, this, is also used to refer to what was explained earlier in the 24th verse, Dhyan Yoga, the yoga of meditation, Samkhya Yoga, the yoga of Samkhya, Karma Yoga, the yoga of action. The word anya is used meaning others, who do not know about all of these paths of yoga. These people hear from others and then perform worship and put this into practice. They therefore hear from those who have thought about Dhyan Yoga, the yoga of meditation, Samkhya Yoga, the yoga of Samkhya, and Karma Yoga, the yoga of action, because they perhaps have more time for these paths of yoga than us. But God has not just stopped at the word hearing. Sri Krishna also uses the word upasate, meaning worship. They put into practice. They hear about it and apply it in their lives. They too cross beyond death by their devotion to what they have heard. After reading this, people get relieved. Therefore, if people do not do anything else, then they can at least do this. But see that there are two things in this: shrutva, hearing, and upasate, worshipping. And God then uses the phrase shruti parayan, by their devotion to what they have heard. These are not people who hear something and then just brush their clothes clean. They achieve that goal by their devotion to what they have heard. They are devoted to what they have heard. I remember something that will explain what the meaning of shruti parayan, by the devotion to what they have heard, is. And there cannot be a greater topical example than this. One morning, before a discourse on the 13th chapter of the Gita, I got a telephone call at my house. The beginning of the phone call was like a complaint. The person said that, "Has the 13th chapter of the Gita already begun?" I said that, "Yes, sister, this is the last day." The woman said that, in the book, it said a later date. I did not know what they write in the books, but I told her that this was the last day of the discourse on the 13th chapter of the Gita. She was out of town, and not only that, but she said that she has been constantly listening to this right from the first verse of the first chapter, and I recognized many such faces like this during my discourses. If I say it, but my heart, then I am giving this discourse especially for these people. I know who is listening properly and who comes with an academic approach. She told me that until now we have not even missed a single verse, but we have missed this entire 13th chapter. It has become proponed for us. I told her that the advertisement was put in the newspaper, but she was out of town and therefore she must not have known. Not only that, but she said that her daughter wanted to listen to it as well. She had brought her daughter from Pune, especially to listen to the 13th chapter of the Gita, and that the woman herself was a lecturer. She would constantly listen to the discourses, and she told me that the 13th chapter is very difficult and I do not understand it. Therefore, I particularly wanted to listen to the 13th chapter, but I have missed it. She then told me that she would certainly come today. At the beginning, it began with a complaint, but it was not a stubborn complaint. It was a complaint of feelings, because she told me that she felt like crying that she had missed it. I have a lot of adoration for this. This is called shruti parayan, devotion to what they have heard. One should do it with devotion. One should do it with concentration. And if one has this, then it will certainly apply in people's life. That is why shruti parayan, devotion to what they have heard, is not only an interest in what someone has heard. One has to apply what they have learned in their lives. This is because it is a question of life. For many people, hearing is a matter of passing their time. They think that, what have we got to do for 2 hours in the evening? Let us go to the discourse. Such a person does not cross beyond birth and death. I do not want to give any false hopes. But for one who is shruti parayan, devoted to what they have heard, and one who wishes to apply what they are hearing to their lives, God says that they cross beyond death. And I will say one other thing in this. In this verse, God has taken pride in the listener. God has given recognition to understanding in many other places, but in this verse, that is the 25th verse of the 13th chapter of the Gita, the Supreme Soul has very clearly taken pride in the listener. What has God said about the speaker? The word anyabhayaha is used to meaning hearing from others. Then this can be any person. But for the listener, Sri Krishna has said that the listener hears from others, worship, and they cross beyond death because of Shruti Parayan, by their devotion to what they have heard. Therefore, God has given the Phalashruti, verse explaining the fruit, to them that they cross beyond death. There is a reason why the word anyabhayaha is used, meaning hear from others. Even psychologists say that we become free from death after hearing from others only if the wish to cross beyond death is our own wish. We do a lot of analysis of other people. We say what the first speaker is like, what the second speaker is like, what one person is like and what another person is like. We care about their personal lives and what they do elsewhere. What business do you have with this? Why do we not listen and then go out from this Bhavsagar, ocean of birth and death? Therefore, complete darkness has been put over the speakers with the use of the word anyabhayaha is used, meaning hear from others, and the matter is finished. If one has the wish to go there and to cross beyond death, then people know about the event from Tulsidasji's life, where he crossed the river by considering a dead body to be a piece of wood. It was not a piece of wood, it was a dead body. He considered a snake to be a rope and used it to climb up to reach his wife. It was not a rope, it was a snake. Why did he not see the dead body? Otherwise, what qualifications that the dead body have that it crossed the living person across the river? A dead body has no qualifications to take a living person across the river. A snake has no qualifications to take a human being from the ground to a higher level. It was not about the qualifications of the dead person or the snake. It depends upon the wish of the person who wished to cross the river, and it depends upon the wish of the person who wished to climb up and to develop. One who wishes to cross beyond death and one who wishes to cross beyond the ocean of the material world, they can hear it from anywhere, and if they put it into practice themselves, then nisande, it is doubtless that they will cross beyond it. End of verse.